Building a business is hard, guys. Like, I can't say it any more clear than that. It's hard. It's not easy for anyone to do. You might see some of these marketers and things like that, these ads, people telling you that they can set up your business, they can help you get calls generated, new leads, they can scale your company to certain revenue, etc., etc. But the fact is, it isn't as easy as that. This is just marketing material to get you to opt in to buy from them so that they can scale their business. It's promises that are made that typically don't actually get delivered. So this is why it's very important. And when you're trying to sell something, you're obviously trying to sell something that you can actually guarantee results, guaranteeing someone that they're going to be able to increase revenue in their business, so that you can scale it, you can get them up to 20K, 50K, 100K a month, which is what some of these offers are. It's a very bold promise for a start, but just implementing a system to these companies and for these people doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to get there, because there's certain things that you personally have to do as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, that is going to take your business to the next level. There's no copy and paste system that you can just put in. Unfortunately, it has to be customized to you. Yes, you can model what other businesses do, what other entrepreneurs do, and that's what I'm going to get to in this video. But you can't just expect to pay someone money and they're going to scale your business, right? You think you can put your feet up on the desk and they're going to scale your business, they're going to grow it, they're going to help you make 50K, 100K a month. If they could do that, they wouldn't be working with you, they would be building some other business which is far more profitable, scalable for them, right? The fact is they don't. They're selling you these promises. Sometimes it works and they get the case studies. Most of the time, guys, when you opt into these things, the thing stopping you from getting the results is you personally and yourself. So these are the mistakes that are going to tank your business if you don't manage to dodge them. So the very first one, of course, is you need to have an offer in your business that is irresistible or that people actually want. So typically, in order to do that, you need to know who you're selling to. Most people don't know who the hell they're selling to. I get people booking calls with me. I ask them, who is it that you're trying to target? Who are you selling to? It's a variety of industries. It's a variety of decision makers. They don't even really know the pain points of those decision makers that they're trying to target. Most of the time, the people that book calls with me, they're trying to get in front of multiple decision makers, because you're trying to be in front of an enterprise. You want an enterprise deal, a big contract. There's multiple decision makers there. Which one do you need to convince isn't even the right question to ask. It's actually, who do you need to convince out of those decision makers? Who are the people that make up the team that you're trying to sell to? Because they have to convince each other. Maybe you're selling to the CFO. He's also got to convince the CEO. He has to bring that to the table. So you have to know who you're selling to, what their individual pain points are, what it is that they need, what their desires are, and how your product or service fits into what they need. So know your customer, really, is what it comes down to. Most people don't. And then have an irresistible offer that you can package together that is going to help them achieve their goals. Because at the end of the day, when you're selling a product or a service, you're not just selling it to your own benefit so that you can put money in the bank. I mean, ultimately, that is why we do it. But businesses are built, and the biggest businesses are the ones that last because they provide value. So they're actually helping people achieve things. And that's what you're going to be doing with most of your content, is creating content that helps people achieve small wins so that they build more trust with you. That's a big piece of content. It's not just about selling your stuff, it's about helping people. So you have to identify who it is that you're selling to, package it together into an offer that is irresistible for those different decision makers. Most people don't even get these two things right. That's why their business tanks. That's why you see so many businesses go under. That's why so many entrepreneurs fail. And then when they fail, they give up. That's what true failure is, when you give up. Sometimes you have to change your target audience. Sometimes you think that you're solving a pain point and you're not, or you've identified a pain point and it's the wrong one. You need to be identifying something else because your product or your service actually fits a different thing. It's about trial and error. Same with the offer. If you start a business, you're going to have an offer at the beginning, hopefully, and it's going to evolve over time. Things are going to change with more tech, new software, the way the world is, the economy, how businesses are, new marketing methods, all that kind of stuff. Things change over time. This is entrepreneurship. You're not just going to create one offer for one target audience and then all of a sudden, your life's just easy. It doesn't work like that. You have to keep changing it. You have to iterate it, fix it, improve it, get market feedback from customers or from people that didn't buy and figure out why it didn't work for them or why they stopped buying from you or why they didn't buy from you in the first place. You have to get that feedback. Get those customer testimonials as well. It's going to help you sell more, but the feedback is what allows you to improve your offer. So those are the two main things. The third one is not doing enough outbound. Most people don't like doing outbound. When I first started my business, I was doing it all the time, messaging people, DMing people on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. I loved it at the time because that's the background that I came from. So I was really used to it. I thought I was really good at it. But as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, that's not something that you want to be stuck doing. It's such a low vibrational, low skill activity. You can just hire someone to do that. The best people to hire to do that job: outbound messaging, appointment setting, Filipinos. They're English speakers, they've got good education, and they'll work cheap. So you can afford to hire more of them. You can afford to get more software. You can afford to build your team. Filipinos have allowed me to scale my business. This is something that I always recommend other business owners. They implement Filipino appointment setters, because money you pay them, it goes a long way for them. You're changing lives that way. Like I said, they can speak English, and it's a low skill activity. You don't need to hire someone from the West who's typically got like a master's degree these days or something like that, you know? This way you can remove yourself from the appointment setting. You don't have to wake up every day sending messages all the time. It's a waste of your time to do that. Get someone to do it. You can get software now where you can attach like your inboxes, your Facebook, your LinkedIn and things like that into one inbox. So you can have an inbound appointment setter that goes through your inbox. You can have another one that outbound messages people, sends emails, etc. If you're doing enough outbound messaging, 100 messages a day, 200 messages a day, it's based on volume, you're gonna get results. Most people don't do this. They're either doing it themselves, which is cutting the time from the bigger picture stuff, or they just don't do it at all. A lot of companies, a lot of founders that I speak to, they don't do this. They don't even have like an automated email system. I'm not saying you need that. Sometimes email doesn't work for everyone, but they have no outbound process in place. You need to have that, otherwise your business is going to tank. How do you expect people to know who you are if you're not reaching out to them with your offer? It's as simple as that. The next mistake most people make is that you fail to build a brand, they fail to build an audience. I put these two things together. They're hand in hand, because you have to build an audience. If your offer doesn't work, if your business tanks, you can at least use that audience to sell something else. You can use your audience, you could segment it and to sell multiple things within your business to get more revenue, okay? So let's say, for example, you sell, Facebook ads service to marketing agencies. You help them with their Facebook ads. Well, there's other people that are gonna be following you that aren't marketing agencies or marketers, but maybe they wanna learn Facebook ads themselves. So now, not only do you deliver a service to the business owners of the marketing agencies, but you can also sell like a Facebook ads course. This way you're able to sell different products, different services to different audience segments. It's why it's so important to build that audience, because then you can leverage it to sell other stuff, extract more revenue, grow your business, etc., etc. This is all very simple when you actually look at it, but most people don't look at things objectively. They look at it based on their own like tunnel vision focus. Just take yourself out from your current understanding of where you're at and look at it objectively, and to see and identify that if you have an audience, there's no way you're going to be poor. There's no way you can't make money. It's the same for your brand, like your corporate brand. You need to be building an audience. The only way to do that is through content. Years ago when I started my business, like I said, I was just doing outbound messaging. Was very successful. But over time, I started losing sales to my competitors, because there's plenty of other people out there selling the same thing as me, at least back then. And so the only thing to separate me from someone else was really the assets, the content that I had in place. And I didn't have any of that. So I wasted years not creating the content, not building that infrastructure, the foundation. If you're a business owner now, an entrepreneur now, you know that you do a lot of research before you buy anything, especially if it's $3,000 plus, like a high ticket offer, high ticket product, high ticket service. You do a heap of research first. I certainly do, most people do. And yet you're not creating content to sell your high ticket offer. It doesn't make any sense. You need to create the content so that people can find it. Even if they don't find it organically, you can put it in front of them when they book calls or when you do your outbound messaging. And this way you're able to slowly build that trust. You're able to nurture them and indoctrinate them into buying from you, or manufacture that trust into buying from you over a competitor. Because trust me guys, if you don't do it, someone else is going to do it. You need to create the content. Everyone that you listen to on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all these people you follow them, you know about them because they post content. Maybe you'll never buy from them. And there's people that I follow that I will never buy from. But I know if I come across someone that has a problem, I can refer that person who I will never buy from to the person I know that has the problem. And so this way, it's a self-fulfilling system. Most people don't do that. Most people are scared to create content, or they do and they just give up over time. You're an entrepreneur, you shouldn't be giving up. You gotta be doing it consistently over a long period of time. So those are the mistakes that almost everyone makes, which will take your business. So those are the mistakes that will tank your business. You need to fix those. You need a good target audience. You need to identify and understand their pain points. You have to have a good, irresistible offer, something that people actually want. You need to be creating content, building an audience, building a brand that you can leverage. So if you don't fix these things, it's going to tank your business. So you've got to avoid making all of those mistakes. You've watched this video, start implementing. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.